everybody. Welcome back once again. The final stop on Inside the Headset. And going to go over to Madison County, Kentucky. Going to talk to the head coach of the Berea Pirates, head coach Aaron Stepp. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Doing good. We're wet down here. I told you that rain was coming our way, and here it is.
Well, Coach, you're sitting at 7-2. You've lost your last two games. You lost to Eminence, and then, boy, you were correct. You told us that there was a lot of speed on that Franklin Ball Club, and it must have unleashed and got a hold of you, and you couldn't keep the game in front of you. So talk a little bit about Franklin.
Well, we didn't do ourselves any favors. I mean, 6 turnovers, and we had 3 starters out on both sides of the ball. Of course, they're the same kids, but still 3 starters out on both sides. The worst enemy of every football coach in the country is turnovers and injuries, and we got visited by both on the same night. So that's just how the ball rolls sometimes.
Let's start off with your injuries. How did you get a bunch of those? Where did that come from?
Well, we had a kid turn his ankle, and then our quarterback actually got a hip flexure, and it was a mild hip flexure, but a hip flexure nonetheless. But so he's still banged up a little bit. He's awful tender, so we're hoping to get him back by the playoffs.
Okay, so that got you on your injuries, and then your penalties. How did that happen? Or turnovers? Your turnovers, excuse me. Talk to me.
Well, yeah, again, when you're quarterback, and you know that. I mean, you guys, these coaches that have been coaching, they know you're going to take your quarterback he's taking 90% of the snaps, and then you put a new quarterback in there, and then your tailbacks are used to getting a handoff from one way, and from this guy and that way from another guy, and it just doesn't happen. Your receivers are used to balls being delivered this way. Just a bad scenario, and our backup did a great job, but it was just one of those situations where the rain's pouring down. We ended up getting
that's
that rain
hard.
early
That's hard to
thought.
coach. That's hard to coach a young man that you're trying to get him to settle down and execute. And you've got other things going on now. As Coach Creasy always says, it's relevant. What's happening on their side is happening on your side too. But at the same time, when you are trying to get a young man under control, and you've got, whether it be the rain or snow or whatever, that does make it tough.
Well, it's not like it stopped raining when they had the ball,
Right.
But having said that, their quarterback was on the field, mine wasn't. So.
Yeah.
Those things they make a difference. Now, those intangibles always make a difference. And then, like I say, hey, no complaints, and just that's the way the ball bounces them. Again, in Class A ball in Kentucky, you get one injury. You can be one kid, and that's that way everywhere. I mean, it does hurt, but it seems to hurt when your numbers are a lot lower. Your depth's not near as good.
Yeah, and it takes. It sounds crazy, but you almost got to suit all the boys got to suit up. You'd like for them all to come out, and that way you can find the best ones. Well, here you are. You're at 7-2, and got your last home game, and it's the Blue Devils of Jellicoe Tennessee, and little 1A program down here, and they've been through a carousel of coaches, hadn't they? And it's been kind of a different 365 days for the Blue Devils, but talk to me a little bit about them. You traded with them. What do they look like, Coach?
Well, I tell you, they play hard. They really, I can't say enough about the way they play. They line up great. They seem pretty disciplined, doing the right things. And again, new coach and new way of doing things. They had a ton of seniors last year as we played them at Jellicoe. But no, they're doing all the right things, and they're lining up the right way. And when you're a new coach and a new program, and that's all you can ask for. So, they play hard. So if they line up right and play hard, you're doing something right.
Well, is it? Are you going to get your quarterback back? Are you back at full 100? Are you wounded duck going into Friday?
Well, we're still a little wounded, but now we'll have some of our weapons back, and especially on the defensive side of the football. So, but now offensively, it's going to be touch and go. I know it's Wednesday, and I'm hoping that we get good news tomorrow. But I'm not holding my breath.
Okay. All right. All right. So where will this put you, Coach? I mean, win or lose. I mean, you win. That puts you at 8-2. A great season and everything. You end up losing. Where does this put you at, Coach?
Well, either way, we're going to go to Kentucky Country Day,
Okay.
and they're right now the number 2 in the state.
All right.
And hey, we played those guys 14-7 at the half.
Yep.
And I can promise you this: if there's one team that I'd like to play, it's Kentucky Country Day. Because bottom line is, we were 6-0, and they come rolling into Berea and kind of broke our streak. So I told our kids, I said, I'm really excited about the fact that we get to play those guys again. And some people kind of blink about that and kind of flinch. Not me, sir. I want to play them. I hope to goodness we get a chance to play those guys and do good things.
Yeah, you're a senior, or whatever. I mean, here's the first thing. You're not getting off the bus, and I don't mean this. We say this a lot, but you're not getting off the bus fearing country, Kentucky KCD. I mean, you're looking forward to busting them in the mouth if you get the opportunity. It looks like you are. You're going to get to play one more week, get 3 days of practice, and it's sacred to some of them kids. You get on a little roll right here, get a little magic going, and get ornery. Ain't no telling what you can do. I mean, it's always about playing ball control and controlling the penalties and making sure, playing a little bit of keep away. You like to get the ball, you think, Coach, twice every quarter. But sometimes, other teams can get the ball, boy, and they can play keep away for a long time, can't they?
Oh, that's right. That's right. And you know how it is. I mean, these guys have done this for a long time and have done it, since they were pups, and have seen it. The field position battle. Honestly, the field position battle and the penalty battle are normally the dictators of the game. Those are the two things that will tell you whether you win or lose.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us on the Inside the Headset this season and everything. I kind of let the playoffs when we get there. Because I don't know if you're coming back next week, and I don't know whether or not to say goodbye. So it's better just to do the regular season and then say, if we get together, we get together. But we are aware you do want us to come next year and do a Stork Vision game in Berea, and we'll talk about that in the off season after we get through the championship down here in Tennessee. And if you get a chance or anything, if you get put out, your season ends, I hope you tune in to some of the stuff going on that we got going on down here. I'm definitely gonna run up. I'll go all the way until we get to the week before Thanksgiving. I will be broadcasting. Now, the week of Thanksgiving, that's kind of a toss-up. We just have to wait till we get there. But if we do, sure. It's going to be a show, Coach. I promise you.
Well, I tell you, I want to say this, and again, I know this is your last show because of playoffs for a while, and I want to tell you, I really appreciate you and appreciate the opportunity to talk to you and share a little Kentucky football with the Tennessee folks and the Alabama folks. This has really been good for me. Like I said, I got a tremendous amount of respect for Tennessee football and Alabama football, and the fact that you guys have kind of included us in that fraternity, I really appreciate that.
Well, there's some good people in Berea, Kentucky, and I've been friends with a lot of those people for a long, long time, and we all, you got a little bit there on a run. You're trying to do something, and somebody said, hey, man, we'd like to, I said, I'd like to get him on the show. I'd like to hear what he's got to say. We've got another coach here, Jason Dobbs, he's down there at Lynchburg. I heard he got a scoreboard, so he got a new scoreboard. So some of the challenges or the improvements you want to do, or some of the things that, you see other ball clubs and say, hey, I'd like to have that. I mean, or whatever. It's important to the kids. It's no different than the uniforms and everything you got. You want your ball club to look good because it's a special time of a child's life.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with what you said there. And again, for us, we just want to, keep on keeping on. We lost 43 in a row, and regardless of what happens the rest of the way through, we want to make sure this is not a flash in the pan season and a one-time thing. We just want to keep it going. So that's our goal, is to make sure that this is not a once-in-a-decade season. This is an every-year season. So
absolutely,
that's my focus.
Well, Coach, good luck, and we wish you the best of luck in playoffs, and thank you for being on Inside the Headset.
Thank you, sir.
All righty, see you, bye.